And I'm Denise.
And welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. And you know, the weather has really been crazy. One day we've got 50 degrees and now we're going into cold weather and you just never know what to expect.
And the ice storm is on its way.
Yeah, so it's just crazy times. But we've got a great show today. As you can see, we're in middle of town cycling. We're going to be talking about some of these great bikes behind us. You also did a segment with MSD called
Can You Dig It?
Right. And I did a segment with a neat thing that's a smoke shop that's on wheels that you can rent for all kind of parties. Yeah. And then you did something about your sorority.
Yes, I'm just saving it for Black History Month, and it was for Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and it was around the Founders Days program.
Right. So we've got a lot to talk about. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
At LG&E and KU, we're always working hard to make your life a little easier. Because we know you've got your hands full. Our new mobile app gives you the power to check your account balance, review your payment history, and effortlessly pay your bill from anywhere, while making it easier than ever to report and track power outages. Download the app today to get the convenience of LG&E and KU at your fingertips.
So Denise, tell us about the segment you did with MSD.
I love covering for this segment because MSD every year has Can You Dig It? And it's in regards to their suppliers and those putting in to do business with MSD and contractors and so forth. So I don't want to steal the thunder, so let's just take a look. So it's that time again, and I'm having fun because I'm doing an incredible segment for MSD, and it's called Can You Dig It? But this year's event is done a little bit different due to the COVID statuses, and also it's going to be virtual. But it's important that we're going to talk about Can You Dig It? And again, I'm here with the Executive Director, Mr. Tony Parrott. Tony, welcome back again.
Oh, I'm glad to be here.
So Can You Dig It event is so crucial, I find it to be, because the work that MSD does that's so essential to our community and to the citizens that lives here requires that you all have some work, and that work involves some suppliers. So talk about Can You Dig It in the suppliers and also some of the criteria around who gets to partner.
Sure. Can You Dig It is an annual event that we do every year, and it really is an opportunity for MSD to showcase what we do and what we're doing specifically in our capital program. We have about a $200 million capital expenditures that we do every year. And so it is our opportunity to provide a stage for our folks, our staff, to communicate what our capital plan is and what are some of the highlighted projects that contractors and also subcontractors can learn about, and also an opportunity for small businesses, minority-owned businesses, to be able to meet our staff and to be able to meet major contractors that are going to be doing the work. New contractors that are interested in doing work with MSD can come in and introduce themselves to us and to learn about how they can do business with MSD.
I know maybe you all have some suppliers that you've worked with year after year, and then maybe there are some new ones that come on board. Is there a vetting process, if that makes sense, for some of these suppliers?
Well, we have, you're correct, we have suppliers that we have done business with for a very long time. And those suppliers that are doing business with us consistently, obviously we evaluate every year to make sure that they're continuing to do and provide us a level of service that we want. As far as new folks that may be interested in doing business with MSD, obviously we want them to be certified. Either as a small business or a minority-owned business. And our staff has criteria that they provide to the interested parties and vet them, and to make sure that they are capable of being able to work up and do the expectations of a project.
So when you're dealing with a flagship event that MSD puts on called Can You Dig It? There are a lot of entities in play. I want to introduce you to another important I would say person that helps this to go along, and that is going to be Renee Lindsay. Renee, welcome back.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing great. I need you to just share with us what is your title role in regards to what you do, and explain more about some of the entities with Can You Dig It?
Yes, again, Renee Lindsay, One Water Chief Procurement Officer, and I'm responsible for our supply chain division. Our supply chain division puts on the Can You Dig It on an annual basis. This is our 7th year doing it. And our purpose is to inform our business community of our program of work for the year. So that gives them the opportunity to plan out for that work. And it also is a way to connect minority and women-owned companies with our prime consultants and contractors.
So do you all, I guess you would say, do sort of like an invite list, or you make it on the website where some of these suppliers and contractors just can come in who's interested in making sure that they meet the criteria?
Well, we certainly put the information out there so that anyone can attend our event. Unfortunately, this year we had to have an online event, so that certainly is not the way that we wanted to go, but within the climate, that's what we decided to do. So, but what we do is we post that information out on our website. We're always looking for new contractors, new consultants, new minority and women-owned companies. So anyone is offered the opportunity to attend the event.
Okay, great. So how do you all select the people, the suppliers, to work with MSD?
Well, MSD is a public agency, so we have procurement regulations in which we need to follow. So depending upon what type of contract we're working with, we advertise, we make the offer for anybody to come in and work with us as long as they can meet what our requirements, our procurement requirements, and if they're submitting a responsible bid, for example, if they have the capacity to do the work, if they have the bonding that might be required for the work. That's kind of what we're looking for when we're trying to bring contractors to the table and consultants.
Now, 2 buzzwords for me that I find really promising is how MSD partners with small business, minority, and also women-owned. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yes, I can. I'm excited to say MSD has 2 programs. We have a minority and women business program where we have, and that is working with companies that are currently certified as a minority or women-owned business. In our construction program, we have a required goals of 18% African American goal, a 2% Asian Indian goal, and a 15% Caucasian female goals on all of our projects that exceed $150,000. We also, on our professional services, we still have a goal of 15% MBE and 6% WBE participation. It's aspirational, so anyone that provides a service that can work with our prime consultants can come in to work with us under the professional service program.
Well, Denise, every year they do some great things. I know this year it was virtual, but it's just a sign of the times, but still great information, great opportunities to connect with MSD.
And what I like about it is there's fairness and equity across the board if you want to do business with MSD, and that's the part I really like.
We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
Hey.
Hi.
It's time to crack an egg.
Easy, any style egg works here.
Or smile.
Well done, this looks great.
Time to share a story.
I have a great way to start our discussion.
With old friends or new ones.
When you're a caregiver.
Time to breathe in.
Inhale up, good job.
Then let it all out. It's never been easier to connect, learn, and have fun.
Cheers.
So let's do it together. Come find us at aarp.org/near-you.
Denise, I know you're really excited about this segment because you got an opportunity to talk to some of your sorors.
Yes, I did. And basically, it was a great program because this is for raising funds for scholarships within Delta Sigma Theta. And let's just see what happened. This is a wonderful Sunday afternoon. We're here on the campus of University of Louisville, and indeed at an event that I am so proud to be among, but it's also an event with a purpose. We're here for Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, and they are having their scholarship brunch fundraiser. And I want to introduce you to some of those who have spearheaded this event. And I'm here with soror Miss Pam Coleman.
Yes.
Pam, welcome and Happy New Year. It's difficult. I'm talking through the mask, so bear with me. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. Again, my name is Pam Coleman. I am the first Vice President of the Louisville Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. We are excited to be here on this rainy day, but we are bringing great things to our community. This is our 12th annual scholarship brunch, and we are just serving our community and reaching out and making sure that we are able to continue our educational journeys for our students in our community.
Now, in regards to some of the services that you all provide, how did you all come up with indeed to do the scholarship event? And this event and the one that you all also do during Derby.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, this is our spearheaded 12 years ago to raise money to send students to college. I mean, it is important. It's a spearhead out of our a mission to just continue to service our community through education and providing the dollars in order to do so. So absolutely, it's need. Our cause is always serving our community, and we saw the need, and so that's why we decided to move forward with our scholarship fundraisers. This is one of our two. We have our second one, which is Delta Day at the Races, which is the second Saturday in May. So you can always look forward to that. And so, we encourage everyone to follow us on social media to be in the know.
There's a lot of moving parts that make an event like this go off, and I'm going to introduce you to Miss Stephanie Smith. She is the second Vice President of the chapter. And Stephanie, welcome to Urban Lifestyles and Happy New Year and all that.
Happy New Year to you.
Share about your role in this event of such magnitude.
Okay, hi, my name is Stephanie Smith. I'm the second Vice President of Louisville Alumni Chapter, and my role is Chair of Chapter Programming, Program Planning, and Development. So we are a sisterhood of, our goal is Sisterhood Scholarship and Service, and today is a scholarship event. So we annually put out tens of thousands of dollars in the community on scholarships to local youth who go to school all over the country. So we're excited to have this event today, and our second scholarship event is in May when we have Delta Days at the Races. So we are just really appreciative of the community coming out to support youth in our scholarship event so that we can help kids with school.
So you know what I'm thinking about? This will go off just in such large magnitude. The Deltas, well, you all are doing it. I am a Delta, but I'm not the one putting in all the labor. But then do you stop and think, I'm going to take a rest before I get into gear for the next event, or do you just keep that momentum going?
We plan for our scholarship events all year because we want to put a lot of money out in the community on scholarships. So we're currently planning for the May event, although we're having this event today. And so our scholarship committee, and I serve on that committee as well, it begins in August. Well, really the planning begins in July, and then we start in August just doing various programming that can help build our scholarships.
As I had mentioned, there are still a lot of moving parts, and I want to introduce you to two ladies who have an integral part in all this, and I'm going to let them do their own introductions. And first we have...
Hi there, I'm Cecilia Bland, the chairperson of the Scholarship Committee for the Louisville Alumni Chapter.
And hi, I'm Vanta Lewis, co-chair of Louisville Alumni Chapter Scholarship Committee.
Now you all play a real important role in getting this off. And just share a little bit, because the events are just always superb, but I call it an event with a major purpose to it. How do you all go about, thinking of how you want to do these events and making sure you get plenty of, I would say, good reception for people to come out to help with this?
Well, wow. I will say that this is our 12th annual scholarship brunch. Now, this is the first time that we've had it here at the University of Louisville campus, which is an awesome venue. We have, again, just been doing this for so long. We have a great following here in the community, and we're very thankful for that. We have had great entertainment. I think people come back for the entertainment, for the beautiful Black-owned businesses, the vendors that are here today, and they know what to expect, and so they just come back and look for a good time.
So Vanta, when you think about your vision and how you're going to add to the pieces of the puzzle, and I hear that you are quite a visionary, what comes to mind for you in helping to put this off?
Well, first of all, I check out all the venues. That's the first thing that I do. Then I keep myself involved with the different bands and things like that. And then being a visionary, I just try to create something that would be different for each year that we present this.
So in other words, you're keeping it fresh.
Trying to keep it fresh, and it helps when you have a younger soror as your daughter.
Well, Denise, it's great to see you all are doing such great work out in the community, so kudos to the Deltas.
Yeah, and I was really impressed because even during last year, during COVID, money still came in, so thank you all in the community to make sure that you are feeding for a good cause and to provide scholarships.
All right. Always good to give back. We'll take another break and back with more.
At LG&E and KU, we're always working hard to make your life a little easier because we know you've got your hands full. Our new mobile app gives you the power to check your account balance, review your payment history, and effortlessly pay your bill from anywhere while making it easier than ever to report and track power outages. Download the app today to get the convenience of LG&E and KU at your fingertips.
Well, you know, the new thing now, which has been for a while, is smoking cigars. More African-American females are smoking. And we got an opportunity to catch up with a mobile smoke shop. So take a look at this. Well, there's two things you can find in Kentucky, especially in Louisville, and that's great bourbon. And also, if you have a passion for cigars, you can find that as well. We're here for a very unique experience. We're here with three young men who have a mobile cigar bar. And you can basically get your smoke on wheels. So I'm going to start here and let you all introduce yourselves.
I'm Terrence Johnson.
Maurice Blakemore.
Mark Miller.
All right. So as you can see, these three guys have put together a mobile cigar bar. And what's the name of it? And I'll start with you.
Smoke Easy Mobile Cigar Lounge.
All right. So tell us how this all came about.
Well, you know, the brainchild of this whole, whatever you say, what's the big word?
Concoction.
It started with Terrence.
All right, so Terrence. So we'll start with you, Terrence.
Yeah. So as you remember, Max, I mean, I moved to Charlotte a few years ago, and one of the things that I loved about Charlotte was they had a cigar community that was pretty expansive. So I started going to cigar lounges there. There was one in Uptown that I started frequenting and noticed that it was good for networking. And so as I started driving back and forth, to see my mom and the family, I just kept thinking about how can I bring the same thing to Kentucky. So obviously, we've got rules and regulations that you can't smoke inside. But I'm always like, what's the workaround? And this was the workaround. So I formed the idea in my head, reached out to these gentlemen here to figure out, how we could make it all kind of marry together. And this is what was born from that.
All right, so you are going to teach a novice about cigars. I have to admit, all my buddies, they smoke. They try to give me a hard time because I don't. But as I said, I can't figure it out. So what's a good cigar, and tell me what I'm looking at, and just give me an idea of some of the price points. And I'll start here.
Sure. So, again, I'll say a good cigar is what you like. But there are differences with the cigars, and a lot of it starts with the wrapper on the outside. So a lot of times you'll have such things as these darker wrapper, the Maduro, and that may have a more spicier note. It'd be more of your mild to full body cigar. And then sometimes you'll have your lighter wrapper, which is like a Connecticut wrapper, and it's more of your medium cigar, and it's more of a smoother, lighter cigar.
So when you're looking at cigars, we're talking about the lightness, the darkness, the length, and the size. How does that affect the taste?
So it can, just because, like I said, you pick up different notes based on the wrapper, but also the filler as well. So, you may have a darker wrapper, but it may have a different type of tobacco on the inside. And so there can be variations or combinations between the wrapper, the filler, and the also the leaf that it's protected in.
All right. So if I am a novice just starting out, what would you suggest for someone just getting started?
So, You know, this cigar by Escobar Cigar, this is by Nas, the rapper. This is a great cigar because you see it's more of a natural leaf. It's a very mild smoke. It's a smoke that you can have with a great drink, and it'll probably last you an hour. You know, so you can relax, and it's not going to be something that's going to be so heavy where, you know, it makes you lightheaded and things like that. So I would suggest a cigar like this to start off with.
So when you're looking at cigars, it's kind of like the bourbon business. You've got rappers into bourbon, you've got rappers into cigars, and it's just becoming the new norm for African American culture.
It is, and it's growing, you know, not only in our culture, but also amongst women as well. It's probably the fastest growing population. As women are coming together, they're realizing it's not a masculine thing to smoke cigars. And so they can come out and they can feel sexy and they can feel ladylike and still smoke a cigar.
You know, something else, Terrence, you mentioned, you said that you all make sure that you're doing business with other African Americans. So tell us a little bit about a couple of the partnerships.
Yeah. So we'll start with the actual trailer itself. Like the fours that we had installed, those were done by Metro Flooring. A great friend of mine, Gerald Palmer, did that. Some of the artwork, well, all of the artwork that you see here was supplied by Cula Gallery and Charles Rice. And then everything else that was kind of kitted out for this trailer, his name is CJ Johnson, but his company is called Millstone Remodeling and Maintenance. So 3, black-owned businesses helped us to come up with this. When we think about the cigars, we've got 3 minority companies that we kind of get wholesale distribution from. One is Escobar Cigars, which is a minority company. We've got this box here. This is a gentleman, he's from Louisville, Kentucky, but Gary Lokes, and he crafts these, for us every month. And then we have another company called Fratello, which is an African-American cigar company that supplies us with cigars as well. So for us, it was important to kind of, if we're going to go into this venture, let's find like-minded individuals, but let's support African Americans as well. Not to mention our gentleman here in the back, Tyrone Walden. He helps us with, making sure that this place gets to every location that it's supposed to on time, set up, and he's a great help for us as well.
All right. And so if people want to find out more about the mobile trailer and how to get in contact with you all, how do they do that?
They can go onto our Facebook page at Smoke Easy Lounge, or they can go on our IG page, Smoke Easy Lounge, and then they can inbox us there if they want to book the trailer. But also a lot of people that know us personally, they just call us directly. They can just call our number and we can just book it from there. And so what we do from that standpoint is we have a calendar that shows all our available dates. As soon as they book and put a deposit down, it locks them in for that particular that day, and that's where it goes from there. And then on the day of the event, we pull up with the sticks.
As you can see, Terrence and his buddies, they've really put together something that's really special. I think it really has staying power. And if you don't smoke cigars, it's a great opportunity to get involved.
I just like the fact that women participate, and I like the fact that you do not have to inhale.
Yeah.
You can just be stylish and just puff.
Yeah, and I'm just so proud of Terrence and his partners. And again, those guys are doing some great things. I look at Terrence as almost being family because his dad and I and his mom, we all went to school together. He calls me Unc, and I take that as a badge of honor. Of course. All right, so congratulations to the Smoke Shop. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
At LG&E and KU, we're always working hard to make your life a little easier. Because we know you've got your hands full. Our new mobile app gives you the power to check your account balance, review your payment history, and effortlessly pay your bill from anywhere, while making it easier than ever to report and track power outages. Download the app today to get the convenience of LG&E and KU at your fingertips.
Well, as we talked earlier, we're in middle of town cycling, and it's never too early to think about what you want to ride this coming bike season. So we're going to catch up with Nira and find out some great things. As we talked about earlier in the tease, we're at middle of town cycling and we're talking about bikes. And some of you think, well, is it too early to get bikes out? No, if you're not getting ready to ride, it's never too early to get your bike serviced. And I'm here with Nira. Welcome back to Urban Lifestyles. And you're here with 2 very cool looking bikes. So tell me what we're looking at.
So we're looking at this company called 3T. They used to make a lot of components and now they're also making bikes. It's an Italian company and we're just so glad that we have them in our portfolio.
Okay, so tell me what makes these bikes special and why are they different from the Focus that I ride? And don't say anything bad about my Focus.
Your Focus is absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, they don't make them in the U.S. anymore, so that's a bummer. But 3T is more of a, or they're known for like their gravel bikes, and gravel riding, as you know, right now is pretty, popular. A lot of gravel bike racing, and this particular model here is their race model. So that's why we went with this company, because I think they represent that category of cycling pretty well.
And when you look at the bike, the frame is just a little bit different. It's almost a fashion statement.
It is, and I think it's like when you have food, you eat mostly with your eyes, and I think that's also, applies with bikes. You look at a bike that looks this clean lines, and you just want to get on it and go ride.
All right, so when you're looking at a bike like this, who is the normal consumer for something like this? Who is the rider of this type of bike?
This is like an all-rounder bike, I would say. There's definitely a niche group of people that would ride this, but that doesn't mean that a normal person who wants to ride this bike and can ride a bike like this can't get it.
Now, does it come for men and women, or are the bikes unisex?
They are unisex, however, they are size specific, so it depends on the rider's height, and we can definitely fit the rider to the correct size bike.
All right, we said it's February, so people not only are looking at great bikes, and these are really cool, and I have to take my hand off of it because I'm tempted to want to get one of these. So
all we need is the 16-digit card number. That's it, right?
I know you have mine on file. But something else we need to be talking about is getting your bike serviced, so when the snow is over, you can get out there and ride. So tell us about service.
We just had a gorgeous day yesterday, and everybody wanted to ride their bikes, and guess what? Their bikes weren't in functioning condition. So this is the time to bring it in. Very low turnover. So come in, probably have your bike ready in like less than a week. Okay. And when the weather is nice outside, you go ride your bike, no excuses.
Okay. So quickly, what does the service look like when you're bringing your bike in after all year?
Yeah, so a tune-up is recommended, and it's something we recommend you do every year. So around this time would be the time to get it done. So we would true your wheels, we adjust your brakes and gears, we tighten every bolt, we re-grease everything, make sure it's has nothing wrong internally. We adjust the chain, we check the chain, we lube the chain, and pretty much make sure you're safe to ride on your bike.
Well, the weather keeps changing, and we're talking about getting out on bikes, but I think right now we need to be getting out on skis because the weather will not give us a break.
But being here in the bike shop is like inspiration to me, because it lets me know the warm weather is coming.
And something we're going to do is get out on our bikes more and more, and we're going to encourage you watching to come and join us for some more bike riding, right?
Yes.
You know what? I think that's our show.
Oh, and that's our time.
And we'll see you back here next time on Urban Lifestyles.
Bye.
And take the shot.